Yeah.
What's going on? What's
What
going
up?
on?
What up?
Yeah.
On to the next.
We back.
Yes, sir.
Tonto, what it do, man?
Oh, man, what's happening, my boy?
Man, I'm chilling.
Yeah, man.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy, Big
What's up,
Sin. As you already know, I'm chilling with my main man.
Tonto De Niro, a.k.a. Mr. Clean.
Yeah, and this is On to the Next. You know
Yes,
what I
sir.
mean? It's a lot going on, Tonto.
Man, it's deep. It's thick in these streets, bro.
It's a lot going on, man. It's really cracking in the city of LA right now. It's actually cracking around the entire country, bro.
Yes, bro.
You know what I mean? Like it's mass deportation taking place within the United States right now.
Man, we got the ice in California.
ICE is in California, they in Washington, they in New York, they in Texas, they everywhere. They wreaking havoc on the American people right now.
Yeah.
And, I'm going to be honest with you, bro. I got so many mixed feelings about what's going on right now. But what I am going to say is that I'm not a fan of what ICE is doing. Or let me just say, I'm not a fan of how they're doing it.
Oh, yeah.
It's very demoralizing, bro.
They straight doing some gangster shit, man.
Yeah, they are. It's straight demoralizing though, bro. You know what I mean? Like they ripping out families. You know, they coming to kids' schools, taking them out of there. You know what I mean? They pulling about your job, snatching you out.
Yeah, 6 a.m. raids, man.
Yeah.
They pulling up 6 a.m.
Yeah, that's crazy. You know what I mean? And let's just start from here, right? You got government versus the people, what I would say, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you got President Trump, who has ultimately said, you hear that recent comment that he was, I'm gonna liberate Los Angeles and all this other extra thing. Here's my take on it. Here's how I feel about it. Y'all tell me if I'm right or wrong or whatever. But I would honestly say, Tonto, that this is a beef between a governor and a president that has escalated onto the streets and kind of like, it's hit the people.
Some personal shit.
You know what I mean? Some personal shit. Now, I know President Trump was definitely backing his new immigration policy since day one, since he said, since the first day I'm taking office, ICE is hitting the streets. We're going to clean up our streets. We're going to get all these immigrants out of here, so forth and so forth. And he has stuck to his word on that. Yeah. Right?
Yeah. Because ICE, they rolling up the courthouses, job sites, schools, DMV records.
But see, that's how it has escalated.
Right.
When they first started doing this, it was really just them doing their thing as far as, okay, look, we kind of know where these illegal immigrants are based on who doesn't have paperwork. We've got lines on them. We're going to go pick these people up, right? That was the first round. Yeah. The second round is, I feel, again, you guys, this is my personal feeling. You know what I mean? Everybody may have their feeling on what's going on, but I'm just kind of gathering what I feel like the picture is.
Yeah.
Then he was on some like, you know what? Rev it up.
Rev it up.
Rev it up. I don't care how they feel. Give me some more ICE agents. Give me some good old boys.
Yeah.
Get them on out there to the streets, in American streets, and rev it up.
Yeah, that's what I say. Where are these ICE agents coming from, and how do they hire, and where they getting these dudes from?
I don't know, bro. That's the question. And so there was this big conversation, I want to say it was like last week or a couple of weeks ago, where they were talking about why ICE, why are they walking around with masks on and things of that nature?
Because they probably good old boys with the mask on.
Well, it was one of those directors, the director, I don't know the dude's name, but he was basically saying like, people are finding out who these people are and they're sending threats to their house and, their kids and families and all that stuff like that.
Now we need to know who they are because we got to do a psychic evaluation on these dudes. They might be some rogue officers, man. We don't know these people. They just got masks on. That's like a terrorist.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Guerrilla warfare, man. Out here snatching up people from their family, bro. You can't do that. You cannot expect them not to do anything. We just had a show on on Hinton with his son. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't be messing with people, kids, families, bro. You can't do that. Yeah,
and I really think that that's where I'm saying, right? bro, and that's where the human side comes into this whole situation.
Yeah, like slavery.
Because if you are human and you have a bit of decency, you know what I mean? You have self-morals, you know what I mean? And you know that there are things that are done to people out here that probably shouldn't be done. You're going to have some type of feeling about seeing a family literally being torn apart. I don't care if they're legal or not. I'm just being real. And I'm going to always say this, right? Before I'm black, white, green, yellow, whatever the case is. I don't care if I'm Republican, Democrat, whatever the case is. I'm a human being first. And at the end of the day, I have a lot of integrity. I have a lot of morals. And there are certain things that are happening to people out here that I just do not agree with. You know what I mean? It's called having empathy, people. You got to have a little bit of ounce of empathy. You know what I mean? That kind of makes you human. That's all I'm saying. So as I'm seeing families getting ripped apart, it's hurtful.
Yeah, and they in the street, and they, you know, it's like who do they cry out to? You know what I'm saying? Like, where's the human resource for the public?
Ah, man. You know, right now the resources were for them to get their green cards. But even at the immigration court, which is fucked up, ICE at the immigration court are snatching up families right at the courthouse, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They're telling these people they have court dates.
They jobs, bro. They pulling up on the job. Look, some people not even going to work. I seen something this morning, bro, like the downtown district in LA. You know how I was like predominantly Latino down there, bro. Right. That shit was empty, bro.
Yeah. They're major
that's never like that, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm talking about it look like a ghost town, bro.
That's crazy.
So where's all the people at? Because, you know, we try to, you know, we got black people in Lamert that make clothes and shit.
Right.
You know, little vendors and shit. They go shop, buy their shit in bulk downtown. Right. Bro, that shit was like a desert.
Yeah, downtown is empty right now. You know what I mean? It was a desert,
bro.
They're there. And it's like I said, but that's what I mean though, right? They are hitting these...
Some shit is happening, bro.
They are targeting these certain areas where there's a high population of Hispanic people.
Of course.
And at the end of the day, they're like, yeah, we going in there. We going to snatch up as many of them as we can. These people are getting put into their van, put into these ICE vans in the hundreds, bro.
Yeah.
That is ludicrous.
Yeah. And then they taking them down to the ICE deportation station.
Right.
Which we had a chance to, you know.
We definitely had a chance to go out. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so for our viewers, there will be an episode that is coming up real soon. And you will see Tonto and myself. We pulled up at the ICE protest, which was happening right in front of the ICE detention center in downtown LA. It was off of like Temple and Alameda.
Yeah, man. We had to be out there representing for On to the Next and the black and brown. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We got to improve the relations with us, you know. The only people that can fix it is us, you know.
Right. And there are so many half sides to this situation, right? Because you got a lot of people that don't believe in the unity.
Right.
Then you got a whole other half of people that do believe in the unity. And just as you said, we were really down there trying to show the people like, hey.
In the trenches, yo.
Yeah, we were definitely on that front line. We were definitely trying to show people that, look, you know, look, not like that. I stand with my Mexicans.
For sure.
I'm going to keep it 1,000. I grew up around Mexicans.
I consider
my peoples.
I consider us Afro-Latinos because we live in Los Angeles. You feel me? Like, man, everybody, even though, you know, the jail shit, the jail politics had their own thing. You stick your own. But when they get outside, man, I got Mexican homies that call themselves niggas. You feel me? So it's like, we don't even take it personal no more. Like, yeah, he is a nigga. Just like they call us niggas, we not niggas no more. But, you know, it's all good, man.
Black it's crazy that you say that, man. Like, because really that jail politics is everybody kind of hangs with their own group. And that's what it is.
We get that. We get it.
But some of that jail politics comes out onto the streets.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? And then you have these OGs, you know, whether they're black or Mexican or white, that say, no, you only fuck with your own kind. Personally, I don't believe in that though, bro. I don't believe in just fucking with my own kind.
I mean,
I don't believe in just fucking with black people only. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, like, I'm a people person.
Right.
So I don't just believe in, I'm not going to talk to you just because of the skin of your color. I'm not going to fuck with you because of what's coming out of your mouth and how your brain operates.
Yeah, I'm like this. I fuck with who fuck with me, bro.
That part.
It don't matter what race, creed. It's like, I'm a black man first, foremost, but I know how to love. You know what I'm saying? Our parents taught us treat people with respect.
Agreed.
Because you demand respect, so make sure you treat people with respect.
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why we could deal with the Latinos. You know what I'm saying? My one of my little homies is Hispanic. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Little Virgo 2, he's Hispanic. You know what I'm saying? So we came up around SAs and before they was racist, because sometimes they family would turn them like that.
Yeah, you're not going,
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, why you hanging with them niggas over there?
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? Like, bro, these is my homies. Like, we in the trenches together. Where it's like, bro.
And then you got to look at it. Here's how I look at it at this too. I really feel like when it comes to like blacks, Mexicans, like we're all in the same melting pot, bro.
Yeah, we got the same oppressor.
We have the same oppressor.
What we talking about? We got the same oppressor.
We have the same oppressor. So here is where I don't want people to go blind at. The same people that are putting these families in ICE detentions and they're deporting these families back. Mm-hmm. The same people that are doing it, they would be able to, if they could do it to us,
oh man,
they would do it in a heartbeat.
Well, it's like 20% of the minorities is like black. That's kind of 7%. They broke it down. 7% is Caribbean.
Right.
So they got a lot of blacks that might be getting deported. Because we got Haitians, Jamaicans, Belizeans. Bro, you see what I'm saying? It's like, this is not only affecting Latinos and Mexicans, bro. This is like, they'll snatch, it's like slavery. If they see somebody and they snatch your ass from your family, bro, what you gonna do?
Right. And that's the cold part. See, it's like damned if you do, damned if you don't, man. I said this thing a while ago where I was telling people like, if you're going to talk about it, if you're going to have an opinion about it, know what's going on, know the history of it, at least have some type of knowledge about it, right? And JJ said it best, right? What'd you say, bro? You said
oppression should not be celebrated.
Oppression should not be celebrated.
We ain't celebrating that.
Man,
we never celebrate no oppression, bro.
Let me say that one more time. Oppression should not be celebrated. It should not be. And I'm going to just keep it 100. When you were sitting up there talking about, the blacks this and the Mexicans that, or whatever the case is, two wrongs don't make it right.
Right.
All right. We have been getting oppressed as black people for over 400 years.
Yeah, over.
You know what I mean? We have a new president that has pretty much declared war on Latinos.
Civil war.
Straight up.
It's a civil war going on.
Oh, yeah. Like, and see, look, we're going to get into that in just a second. We're going to get into that in just a second. But what I am saying is that he's declared war. And here is what I am going to say. And I know that I said I'm not going to be the I told you so person or whatever the case is. But, we kind of gave him, I'm not going to say we, but a lot of other people gave this dude this power to do this.
But that's the backlash too, though, from the people, the majority that didn't give it to him. It was like, it's either you damn, you do, or you damn, you don't.
And look, this is an open conversation. Here's what I am going to say. If you're tuning in, you're watching this, please leave your comments.
Yeah.
Please. We want to hear about your comments. Hit us up in the DMs because we want to explore this. And I want to really talk to some of my Latino people on this show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I really want to get into it because here's the deal. A lot of people are afraid to have this conversation. No, we're going to bring it straight to the table. Yeah. Because my thing is, look, there was a lot of Hispanics that voted for Trump. Let's keep this way 100, bro. There was a lot of Hispanics that voted for Trump. I don't know.
We got to kind of ask them and see.
Well, no. I want to ask, but that's what I'm saying.
For sure.
If you're one of those ones who may have voted for Trump, and you feel as if you had the wrong vote, we definitely want to hear from you. Or if you still feel strong about your beliefs, right? Mm-hmm. And why you voted for Trump.
Yeah.
Tap in with us as well, too, because this is a conversation that needs to be had. Everybody's running away from the conversation, bro. Yeah. The elephant in the room. And it's like, nah, why are we continuously doing this?
Yeah.
I want to get down to, I want to talk to some real people. You know what I mean? But my thing is, now that it's happening, now that this dude is in power, how do we stop it?
Shit, you can't stop it. All you could do is do the paperwork, man. We got to get more control of our personal estates. As like when I say our personal estate, I mean like our body. That's what it is. Like the body. You trying to see where their paperwork is, if they naturalized or not, and all of this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's going back to control, bro. You know what I'm saying? They just want to control motherfuckers, man.
All this shit is always, I feel like it's always been about control.
Come on, man. That's all it is, bro.
But when I had, a couple of minutes ago, I had said something about this was going on between a governor and a president, right?
Mm-hmm. Personal shit.
Some personal shit. You know what I mean?
A dick swinging contest.
A dick swinging contest. But President Trump has always been vocal about California, in particularly California.
Well, because they kind of don't take no shit from Trump.
Well, I mean, shit, California is a blue state. Straight up.
And look, what that means is California know about private trust and all of that shit. Trump, that's his main thing. He worked behind the trust. See what I'm saying? That's why he like, oh, y'all can't look at my taxes and all this shit. That's private shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like independent corporation versus a major corporation that he's the president, CEO of the little corporation. So he doing what the fuck he want to do with this country, bro.
Yeah, bro. And that's the problem, man. He's doing what the fuck he wants to do.
Yeah.
By him sending the National Guard out here, right? We've heard it from the mayor. We've heard it from the governor. Hell, we've heard it from the LAPD police chief.
And how much that cost?
Man, 200 some odd million, bro.
Look, that
maybe more. Man,
and they could have invested that money in plenty other ways, which I could give you a few right now, but we ain't gonna get into that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That money was just wasted. And I hear that a lot of the troops, them niggas are sleeping on the floor and all type of shit, like cooped up in the building. They ain't even, he treating them like shit. But he got them oppressing their own people.
Right.
And the dudes, they look like Hispanics.
Man, so look, when we were out at this rally, like I said, we went to the ICE protest. We were downtown LA. It was going up. Talking to a few Hispanic dudes. Yeah. And I'm like, damn, bro, don't you notice that behind that line where you're looking at all the National Guard and the police, a lot of those dudes are Hispanic as well, too?
They probably did that by design, though. You know what I'm saying?
Could be.
Mind fucking. Because I'm looking at the dude's faces like, dang, I see some blacks in there. I see some Polynesian. I see some little Asian dudes, but I see Hispanics in there, too.
It was mainly Hispanics on that line, bro.
Like, what the fuck?
Mainly Hispanic police officers, bro, on that line, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Shit was crazy, bro.
That's the cold part about that situation.
Yeah, immigrants fucking with immigrants.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? What kind of fucking mind fuck is that, y'all? You got immigrants detaining immigrants. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's some crazy shit.
So
look, you had brought up the whole thing about like Civil War and things of that nature, right? So and again, you guys, this is just mere opinions. You know what I mean? Yeah. This isn't facts. This
y'all
is
tell us.
This is this is our platform. But we do invite you all
for sure
to leave your comments and give us your feedback.
Yeah, come on.
But here is what I am going to say. When you send the National Guard in, that means that there is a major crisis going on.
Of course.
So I'm going to take it back to the Rodney King riots.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yes. Yeah. I'm going to take it back to the Rodney King riots really quick. LA was on fire during the Rodney King riots.
Yep.
Right? I remember the riots very well.
Mm-hmm. That shit was crazy, bro.
And it was crazy. That was a reason to call in.
We lived through that shit.
That was a reason to call in the National Guard, right?
It was kind of like total chaos.
It was major chaos.
To a certain degree.
You know what I mean? It was pretty much, it was LA, bro.
Yeah, it was like lawless.
It was
lawless
LA.
land.
Yeah.
But the good thing was I did get to see Bloods and Crips unite.
Right.
Like that made... It seemed like it took something bad to happen for us to come together as one.
Right. And when you really think about it, what's happening bad right now is this whole ice
sure.
thing,
that's
right?
crazy. Yeah.
But
you got a division.
This whole National Guard coming in, they didn't need to be here, bro. Because what's happening is really happening in downtown LA.
Right.
There are other parts of the city where it's happening at, but on a really, really, really small scale. The only thing that was really going on in downtown LA, you get the knuckleheads out there, you get them looting or whatever the case is, but it was a protest. They blocked off the freeways. That's what happens with a protest, right?
Yeah.
Maxine Waters, just today, bro, got up on national TV and told us we have to watch out for those undercover agents that are in that crowd that are provoking and inciting a lot of these riots and looting. Just if you take a look back to when the George Floyd protests were going on,
yeah,
nigga, they was dropping off bricks on the corners.
Yeah, that was crazy. Like they was anticipating people to do shit to get fucked up.
Bro, they put a pile of bricks on damn near every other corner.
Yeah, it's agents out there, y'all, so you better watch out. They recruiting all the time. And it's so, like the Matrix.
Right. And so understand, everyone, that there are agents. I don't care what city you may be looking at this in. I don't care if you in Chicago.
They might be an agent already.
Detroit, whatever the case is. Yeah. Shit. At the end of the day, there are undercover agents that are in these protest crowds.
Yeah.
That are sit there to cause chaos.
They paid to go. They paid them to go.
They're paid. That's what I'm saying. Like, these are paid people to go there and cause disruption.
Yeah.
Because they need this whole thing to blow up, bro.
Perpetuate the fraud.
Right. And what is happening is now you have Marines that have been going online and expressing their views, right? So you got one half of the Marines sitting up here saying, you know what? We were chosen to, or our job is to protect the oath and protect the people, right? Then you have another set of Marines that's like, shit, y'all gonna get out here. They called us to order. We coming out there, we fucking shit up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The ones that I would say really are the ones we should be listening to are the ones that were speaking that positivity as far as, no. We got unlawful orders from a president to tell us to go into this city and basically police the city. Now, I don't personally think that what is going on in LA right now warrants the National Guard to be here, bro. On any type of level.
I don't even think they want to be here. You see the way they was looking, but you gotta look at them dudes as soldiers, bro. They not paid to think. They just take orders. Right. Where it's like Burger King.
Right.
You don't want no tomatoes on that motherfucker. You don't want no onions. You just want this. That's how they gonna serve it to you.
That part.
Them dudes, they not paid to have emotions. They not paid to think. They just paid to pull that chop suey out.
They're not even soldiers. It's the National Guard.
See what I'm saying?
Man, it's the national. Those are people that have been sitting on the couch.
But I'm just saying, like, they standing up there like they have authority over you, and like, they ready to kill too.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? They don't want to be there, bro.
They don't want to be there.
Because look, we looking in their eyes like, damn, y'all serious?
We
y'all
was
out
really
here with them
looking
chop
in their eyes, right?
I'm looking at that's the first time I ever got that close to, National Guard on some riot type shit.
Yeah,
like,
bro.
I'm looking like, where's the riot though?
Yeah.
Y'all out here ready to bust on niggas.
Yeah.
And we just out here with the people, asking questions. It seemed like the temperature was cool. Everybody was good.
Yeah.
People out there with their kids, generation, people, And
see, that's what I mean. The news media will make you think, right, that it's just, anarchy in the streets. These motherfuckers is out here just going crazy. Yeah. Just, nah.
Fake news,
we not finna perpetuate that, bro.
Yeah.
What really was taking place out there was real life peaceful protest.
Yeah.
We feel like law enforcement.
It was doctors and lawyers and shit out there.
Definitely so. We talked to so
shit.
many people, bro.
Yeah, bro.
We feel like law enforcement were the perpetuators of the intimidators. Violence. You know what I mean?
Aggressive as fuck.
Yeah, super aggressive.
They was the only ones that was like on some rah-rah shit.
Right, definitely so.
Rah-rah.
And to be out there with the people, and here's what I'm going to tell everybody that may have a mixed feeling about this or whatever the case is, go out there.
Yeah.
Go out there.
Because it was some of us out there supporting, y'all.
Go out there.
Don't believe the hype. They try to make it seem like blacks ain't, why we got to care? Because we all the same, bro.
I am not going to support our suppressor, bro.
Hey, look, we black, but we brown. I've been to Mexican countries and shit. you go over there, they blacker than us.
Yeah.
But they brown.
Yeah.
So somebody lied to us somewhere.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Saying they got Latinos, Hispanics darker than us, bro.
I know, bro.
That don't know a lick of English.
I know, bro.
You see what I'm saying? But when we go over there, they looking at us like, what's up, boy?
Yeah.
But we don't know Spanish to communicate with them. So we definitely got to break these barriers so we can communicate, have better understandings, bro.
And that's really what it's about. It's really about breaking these barriers.
Yes, sir.
If the country can, or not even the country, if so said president can keep us torn apart, then it's more easier to conquer.
For sure.
Straight up.
Keep that division going.
Right? So what is the word that we have to do? We have to resist them trying to split us up as a people so that they can try to conquer us. As a matter of fact, if you really want to think about it, when we were out there on that front line, bro, that's what they were doing while we were out there, bro. Mm-hmm. Trying to break up said protesters from going here, whatever the case is. They cornered us off and boxed us in. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Even bust some of them shots a couple of times.
Yeah, and so that's all I'm saying is that we have to continue to kind of sew this wound up that has been created by our government, unfortunately.
Yeah.
They have all put us in categories. And we cannot let them race bait us into thinking that blacks and Mexicans are far from here. No, we are right here with each other, you guys.
We've been fucking with each other.
Well, we already know for sure that there's racism within America. But when it comes to real life blacks and Mexicans, nah. Don't bite into the bullshit, y'all.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna sit up here and say. Don't bite into the bullshit. Don't feed into it. Have your own brain.
Amen.
Have you ever been, if you've never had a conversation with a black man, if a black man has never had a conversation with a Mexican, if a Mexican woman has never had a conversation with a black woman, vice versa, then you need to have that conversation.
Know something about their culture before you start talking to them. Just sometimes when they know that you know a little bit about their culture, they kind of treat you with a little more respect. Because I done ate tacos in a Hispanic family house. I'm talking about fresh tortilla shells, bro. That shit tastes different from Taco Bell and all that shit.
That shit tastes
good. It's a different type of. It's a different type of
tortillas, man.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro.
That tea I be making, man. Come on, bro.
It's different, man. Just like we got, ceviche, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He's a brother.
Come on, bro.
That makes ceviche. Hey, man, look, at the end of the day, you guys, we are in these neighborhoods together, right? We're in these neighborhoods together.
Gotta live.
We're in these communities together. We're shopping at the same stores together. Mm-hmm. We are at the malls. We are everywhere. We are
barbershop, all that shit, bro.
We all intertwined. We use each other's language, slang.
Y'all
we dress like each other.
The Hispanics getting lineups now in the front. They would never getting that shit, bro. Y'all getting taper fades. I got a Hispanic homie. He got waves on the top of his head, bro.
Yes, bro. Nigga, I listen to Spanish music, bro. Don't get the game twisted.
Man, I love reggaeton and shit like that, bro.
Don't get the game twisted. I got a whole Spanish playlist, bro. I got a whole Spanish playlist. All I'm saying is that we are surrounded by each other all day, every day. Yeah. We cannot allow this government, we cannot allow mainstream media, we cannot allow social media to break us down.
Right.
And so I need everyone who is watching this to really understand this is why me and Tonto was having this conversation, because that conversation is not being had. Trump just sat down in his chair in January. It is June. Mm-hmm. That's only 6 months into the year. Mm-hmm. We still have a year. Sorry, we still have 3.5 years left. 3.5 years left, bro. We don't even know what's going to happen in the next 3.5 years. We don't know what's going on at all.
Y'all, we just letting y'all know that we really some true, genuine guys. And we out here for y'all. You know what I'm saying? When we pulled up, they looking at us like, who is these dudes? But it wasn't no like
we got racial love out there. It wasn't no
racial tension or none of that.
Man, we got look, when we went to the front line, just really quick, when we went to the front line, we got so much love from our fellow Hispanic people out there. They were just like, damn, thank you guys for coming out here, being out here with us. We wanted to be out there.
Yeah.
We wanted to be out there. And see, I'm gonna end up going back out there at some point.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Because it was just it was so much love and unity out there from what we saw. But that's what we want on every day.
And the show support is free.
As we close out this conversation, I would invite everybody to join this conversation online, tap in with us, because we gonna change some things out here, y'all.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And it starts with just tying that rope, making it a knot, and pulling on it.
Mm-hmm.
Got two different ends, bro.
Yeah.
All we gotta do is put them together.
Yeah.
So, as always, Tonto,
Yeah.
I'm your boy, Big Sin, a.k.a. Life of Sin, chilling with my main man,
Santo De Niro, a.k.a. Mr. Clean.
That's right, and we are
On to the next.
Yeah, we gonna get at y'all.
On.
Subscribe and comment
all day.